This is the WM3400CW. This is one of LG's cheapest or least expensive front load washer. The reason I wanted to show you in the box is because I want to highlight how well packaged this unit comes. This is better than most appliance manufacturers out there. This box is really well constructed, and it just goes to show you how much thought that they put into this washer from start to finish. Let's open it up. Their clever use of packaging allows for A, minimal packaging, and B, a really cool fun box that your kids can play with in the backyard. So sometimes when you get a delivery, ask them for the box. Your kids will really appreciate it. As you can see, this washer is all but the most basic washing machine that you can get. It just has a few cycles. It has normal, heavy duty, bedding, towels, delicates, permanent press, speed wash, and the self-clean cycle. Its wash options are for hot, warm, or cold, spin speed adjustments, soil level. It has a cold wash feature, a delay wash option, extra rinse, and then it just has the rinse and spin feature. But other than that, that's really about it. This is a very basic machine. It does have a 4.5 cubic foot tub, which is pretty awesome for a machine that is this inexpensive. Now, this washer usually sells for around $7.99, but when you catch it on sale, you could get this washer almost as cheap as $5.50. So this makes this a really good bargain for what you get versus what you end up paying for it. I haven't tested this washer yet, but I anticipate that it is going to be a at least halfway decent washer, but time will tell. Let's take it apart. This process took me about 1.5 minutes. Once you get this machine opened up, you'll see that there's really not a whole lot to it. You have your drain pump at the bottom. This does have a 3 shock absorber. I don't know, good or bad, depending on what your train of thought is. LGs tend to not go off balance, or they don't have balancing issues. Up top here, you have the main control board, which is also the inverter assembly. This is like the main everything. The only other thing is the user interface, which is on the console over there. You have a power filter. This basically cleans up the electricity. You have a 3-way cold inlet valve, a hot inlet valve. You have a pressure fill switch, and really that's about it. In the back, you'll have the direct drive motor assembly. I don't know why some people have these objections to working on these LG washers. They're so easy. There's really nothing to it. I've stripped this machine down in 1 minute. I could access every part. Everything's well thought out at the top or in the front, where it makes it very easy to access. And one thing to note is that this still has a splittable tub. So this washer, you could change bearings on it if you wanted to. But that's really about it. That's what makes this machine so well thought out, in my opinion. I feel like this washer, or LGs in general, are so basic and so simple. It really makes for an easy repair when they inevitably break. As all washing machines do, they all inevitably break. This washer does look like it's equipped with the DC drain pump, which is probably the norm now. I'm going to put it back together, and then we're going to run it through a quick cycle, and then I'll start my series on this washer where I'll do a variety of different loads. And then we'll do a review video, and hopefully this thing is everything that I expect it to be. And there you have it, all set. Let's see how well this thing washes. I'm just gonna opt for the speed wash. This does 15 minutes allegedly. It defaulted to hot, but I'm gonna go to like cold just so it doesn't fog up the glass. High spin, light soil, And that's it. Let's see how it behaves. So one notable thing about this washer is that it is in fact very quiet. This is about as quiet as some of the higher end LGs. It seems like they've used very similar products assembly. You're just getting a really quiet machine. The first moment looks like, of course you want there to be a little bit more water in there, but it didn't make me feel like this was one of the lowest water levels I've ever seen. I felt like there was a couple of inches at the bottom of the machine and that it was doing a reasonable job of splashing the water around. But other than that, I guess, you know, an empty wash doesn't really tell much of a story. So we'll do some laundry in this thing and then we'll see how it works out. Thanks for watching.